We now begin with the information. Israel has killed at least 45 people across Gaza on Friday as heavy strikes hit the north and south of the coastal enclave that also suffers from a severe humanitarian crisis due to the Israeli blockade. According to on-ground reports, 6 Palestinians were killed in an Israeli air raid that hit a makeshift barber shop in central Khan Yunis, while at least 10 others were killed after Israel bombed a home in Bani Suhaila. Attacks in Rafah in the south, Gaza City, and Atwam in the north, targeting tents and houses, also left a number of fatal casualties. Over 51,000 Palestinians have been massacred by Israel since October of 2023. As strikes on Gaza continue, despite warnings from the UN and measures from the International Court of Justice.
I was sleeping and woke up to my house collapsing on top of me. I didn't hear the sound of a missile or anything else. The house was collapsing. I got out and didn't know what was happening. People opened the door and started carrying my sons. 8 of our family were killed. We were 21 people.
Meanwhile, a protest movement led by nearly 1,000 Israeli Air Force veterans signing letters calling for an immediate end to the Gaza war has rapidly spread across the Israeli military, with thousands of reservists and retired soldiers from multiple elite units. These letters accuse Prime Minister Netanyahu's government of prolonging the conflict for political reasons, exposing deep divisions and growing disillusionment within Israeli society and the military over the war's purpose and its costs. The Israeli military responded by dismissing active reservists who signed the protest, while Netanyahu dismissed the dissent as the work of a small foreign-influenced minority, claiming that it was unsupported by evidence. The crisis has strained the military's reliance on reservists, with increasing numbers refusing to report for duty.
We are aware of the relative importance and weight of the brand Israeli Air Force pilots, and thought that it is exactly the kind of case where we should use this title in order to influence the society. The letter is not talking to the army, is not talking to pilots. He's aimed, and therefore we're not calling for any refusal or anything that the soldiers should do. As we thought, the moment that this letter was published, the whole country is talking about it for the past 3-4 days, and many other units of the army, of the armed forces, have followed us. There were letters by the armor units, thousands of them have signed, by the paratroopers, by the intelligence, by the Navy, and the special units, and many others. It's crystal clear that the renewal of the war is for political reasons and not for security reasons. It's very clear. The radical ministers have not even tried to hide it. They didn't do it behind closed doors. They announce it every day. Either he renews the war, or...
Meanwhile, in Yemen, at least 74 people were killed after U.S. bombing raids on the oil port of Ras Isa on the Red Sea coast. The United States Central Command carried out a series of airstrikes along the western coast of Yemen, this time targeting the oil port of Ras Isa, also injuring 171 people. The attack is one of the deadliest since the U.S. launched airstrikes against the Houthis and U.S. President Donald Trump took office in January. It should be noted that the operation came days after the Ansar Allah movement announced on March 12th a ban on the entry of Israeli-linked vessels into regional waters in response to the Israeli blockade on aid entering the Gaza Strip. And in this context, the spokesman of the Yemeni Armed Forces, Yahya Saree, announced the launching of retaliatory attacks targeting U.S. aircraft carriers in the Red and Arabian Seas following the strikes on the Ras Isa Oil port, warning that the continued U.S. aggressions would only lead to further confrontation.
The missile force, the unmanned aerial vehicle, and the naval forces carried out a double military operation targeting the U.S. aircraft carriers Truman and Vinson, and their warships in the Red Sea and the Arabian Sea, with a number of cruise missiles and drones. This was the first operation against the Vinson since its arrival in the Arabian Sea. The United States military buildup and continued aggression against our country will only lead to further attacks, targeting, clashes, and confrontations.